Hi guys, it's me Vedant, and in this video we're going to discuss why a college student should even bother learning to invest. I probably should have made this video earlier, but better late than never, I guess. I'm going to answer this question with three different approaches. The first one is going to be compounding, second one is going to be the importance of learning personal finance, and third one I've appropriately saved the best for the last, which is delayed gratification. Einstein famously said that compound interest is the eighth wonder of this world. To appreciate this wonder, something that you must require is time, and time is on your side only when you're young. When given enough time, compounding mimics exponential growth. Let me give you an example to explain what I'm talking about. Let's see how the returns of an individual vary depending on what age investing is begun. We are going to assume that the person is going to cash in at 40. Here I've taken the compound interest to be 14% because that is roughly the CAGR or compounded annual growth rate of the Indian stock market since it began. Let's begin with the 35-year-old. Well, his final amount is 192. That looks impressive, doesn't it? He has nearly doubled. Let's go on. Clearly, 192 doesn't seem that impressive now, does it? Our amount is doubling nearly every 5 years, and the doubling that happens in the latest 5 years is the most significant. This shows that the money invested in one's 20s is much more valuable as compared to in 30s and later. Well, that wraps up the compounding part. If you want a more detailed explanation on the compounding part, feel free to check out the first video that I had uploaded. Something that I observed is that for most people, money is a problem. They feel they don't have enough, they're trying to save more, they don't know where to invest it. I mean, it should really be a solution if you think of it intuitively. But it is unfortunately a problem in most people's lives. That is because they didn't learn how to handle it. Today, information is very accessible. Today, we can learn all these things from our smartphones. And by learning these things while we are students, we will avoid a lot of mistakes and also save ourselves a lot of time and energy in the future. When you've already figured out all the things you want to do with your money, it naturally doesn't become a problem and frees up so much time for you to focus on the things that really matter to you. By learning basics of investing, you won't have to completely depend on instruments such as fixed deposits, which help you just beat the inflation at the end of the day. By investing, you make your money work for you, which is a completely alien topic for most people. Well, if the money that you just deployed makes more friends and comes back, it essentially has done the work for you. Have you guys heard about the marshmallow test? Well, this was a study conducted in Stanford. Each child was offered a marshmallow, but promised that if he waited instead of having the one which was offered immediately, he would get 2 marshmallows at the end of 1 hour. Naturally, some children waited and some didn't. But the important conclusion was that this was one of the only parameters that gave a very strong correlation with the success rate as time passed on. The children that were willing to wait for another hour had a much higher success rate. This brings me to delayed gratification. Well, trust me, I feel like the biggest hypocrite while talking about this, especially since I delayed this video itself 2 to 3 weeks. But anyways, I hope what I'm talking goes into my head as well. Investing itself is a kind of delayed gratification at the end of the day. You're investing one marshmallow now, in return hoping to get more marshmallows in the future. We live in a time of instant gratification, from Instagram, Facebook, social media to ordering food immediately and so many other conveniences. This makes delaying gratification a much more torturous task for us. Another simple example of delayed gratification would be simply getting all the work that you have done in the week so you can enjoy the weekend. Exercise is another example of delayed gratification. By saying no to the ice cream and exercising, you can possibly get into a very good shape, and that would probably be much more gratifying than that ice cream that you had. But then it's difficult to see past the ice cream in that moment. Now, I'm not saying I'm applying all these principles that I'm talking about, but I did try them and I failed miserably because I tried them in too many things at once. So my approach from now on towards delayed gratification will be selecting 2 to 3 tasks that are very important to me, and those I will try to make sure I do properly and delay the gratification while doing those tasks. So I'm going to declare what those tasks are. Well, they are not opening additional tabs during online classes and uploading videos on every weekend from now on. Let me know what those tasks are of yours in the comment section, so you create a reputation for yourself to live up to, and that is pressure you're putting on yourself, so that is positive pressure. That's it for this video, guys. Make sure to smash that like button and subscribe if you haven't already.